Okay, so welcome to this part of the video. And in this part, I'm going to explain how I can check in on what a student is doing. Now, I'm currently on the student screen, and how do I know that? Up here in the top right hand corner, or left hand corner, sorry, you'll see my name, and then also over here on the right hand corner, you'll see I've finished. So that is the indicator that you are not the teacher in the room, that you're the student engaging with the code. If it was the option here where it was the teacher view, I'd see the class name and over here then share the code with the students. So what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to finish off this code as I've previously done before in the CPD sessions. So I'm going to finish this off with go. I'm going to put in a pause for 2 seconds. 2 seconds. And then the last piece of this puzzle is I'm going to put in the icon with the X on it to tell people not to cross the street. Now, just as a recap, if you haven't seen the previous sections, I sent the code to the students. I also then asked them using the show string option to finish off the code and message other people to cross the street. After 2 seconds, tell people not to cross. So that was the code that I, as the student, created to solve that problem. Now, what I'm going to do now is I'm going to swap here now to the teacher view. So here I am in the teacher view, and once again, how do I know that? Once again, there's the classroom name on the top left saying introduction, and over here then it says share the code with the students. You'll also notice I have more options on the top here, such as dashboard, student code, etc. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to click here on student code, and once I click on student code, it shows me the students that are in my class. Okay, so as I said, I've got Francis here is in progress. He's currently in the classroom, and I can see live what Francis is doing with his work. Okay, so this is what Francis did, which you just saw me create, and I can see, yes, that would work. That's great. Okay, now the only problem I also see with this part is I actually cannot um, message Francis here live and say, "Do you know what, Francis, this is very good, fair play, well done." Um, I would need to do that either via email or via something else, but I can check in on what's going on. Another nice feature that is available on this is if I see this code is brilliant and I would like everyone else in the room to see it, I can click on the button up here on top, share student code, and I can share that with one student in the classroom or with the classroom as a whole. Now, the only problem with doing that is that if I do that, it will actually overwrite all the other code of the students in the class. So if you have a student who's working on it very well and has got a lot of different things in there and has created a lovely code for themselves, you would have to be conscious to leave that student off the list if you're sending the code to everyone. The students that would be struggling, this would be very beneficial to them, that you could send the code from one of their peers and you could show off what exactly has been done by someone else in the classroom. But once again, it overwrites all the work that has been done by the students to that point. Okay, so if you do share student codes, it does do that to make you aware of it. Okay, so this is how I can check in live and I can see how things are going for that student in the class. So you can also see up here is I can download a report here for all students as a Word document, which highlights all the stuff that I've seen here. And Francis has engaged with this code, and these are the blocks he's used. Okay, so that is how I would see a student engaging with the code live. And as I said here, you can look at all the information. It does take you through step by step. You can see each of your students' code live, send the code to another student, and download a report with all the students' code as well. Okay, so that is another way in what you can do. You can download that as a Word document and show us off what the students created. So I'm just going to do that now myself. So just generating the Word document, it says to please wait. So as you can see up here, the download folder has just been created. I'm going to click here on open. We see here then up comes this here, and it says here Francis was present. He was doing the work in progress, so it would highlight who was engaging with it. So present in the session was myself, tells me the work is in progress. There is the teacher code that I sent out, and here is Francis's code. Okay, so that is what happens when you create the written Word report in this session. Okay, so it highlights number one, who is there, who's present, either the work is in progress or it's finished. and also then as well it highlights what code was created by the student. The last thing I'm going to do as part of this video is I'm going to take us through what happens when I'm done with the code. Does it send a notification to the teacher? So I, as the student here, back again to the student screen, as I said, I can see here it says my name and it says the I've finished option. Also, the extra options such as dashboard and editor aren't available to me as a student. And I'm going to click I'm finished. And once you click on you finished, it says here then how do you feel. So if you got on really well with the code, or if you didn't get on well, you can identify how you did. So I'm going to click here on really happy, and it says here congratulations, you finished, and we hope you've learned something new today. And that then highlights to sign out. Now, as a teacher then, let's see what happens when I click on the code up here. It tells me now that Francis is finished the code. So that is what you see as part of the students. It says that Francis is done, he's completed, and you can check on it then and see the code in action and see if it's correct or not. Okay, so that's the difference that we see on MakeCode. That's the end of this part of the video. What I'm going to do now is in the next part is I'm going to show us how to save the classroom and then get a student back in